And welcome back to the final episode of at least the regular season of Season 3. Last episode, we had a pretty good push towards the wild card-ish. Technically, we dropped from where we started, but we played against a lot of tough opponents and strung together some victories. Moral victories, at least. We did only win one game. We're 5-6 on the year, but we barely lost to the Patriots, who are 10-1, number one at least in the AFC. They could be number one just in the NFL in general. Haven't even checked that, but AFC is what we're focusing on. Barely dropped a game to them, and I believe barely dropped the other game that we lost. Barely won the game we won, but that's just how this offense plays. Defense does a great job of limiting points. 23, I think, was the most we've given up in a while, at least in a watched game. So defense played pretty well. Offense drains the clock. So if we could get at least some consistent scoring, we're good to go. But we do have quite a few weeks to get through. Week 13 through 17? 18? How many do we have now? I can't even remember. But we got quite a few weeks to get through. We only played 3 games last episode. We typically do 4, so we have even more to get through this episode. So I'm going to start us off with a sim against the Bills. And that's not a good way to start. A pretty good beating by the Bills. And I had actually went into the game and then super simmed to the end, so that way it was using our playbook, and the Bills just outplayed us 34-16. They had not almost double the amount of offensive yards, but a good bit more than what we did. So just not a good game around the board here for us as we take a look at the individual stats. Jameis Winston, 157 yards, 1 touchdown, was sacked 3 times, and completed 60% of his passes. Cam Akers, 20 carries, 70 yards, no touchdowns. Johnson, 10 carries, 24 yards, so only 2.4 yards a carry. Not very good. In the receiving game, Valdez-Scantling went 46 on 3, Herndon 40 on 4, Akers 27 on 2. Van Jefferson got into the end zone, 17 on 3, and Traylor 15 on 1, and Tony 12 on 2. So really bad for our highest overall receiver. He should be getting a bit more. On defense, Lonnie Perriman and Frank Stump were our top 2 tackles, as well as Herndon being the third, which means that they were definitely well past our front 7 a majority of the time. Anzalone and Felder, the only tackles for a loss. And we have a combined 3 sacks, 1 for Hendrickson, 1 for Grenard, and then 1 for Griffin and Tart combined. But in the kicking game, we were solid, 3 for 3 on field goals, 1 for 1 on extra points. We just got to get the ball in the end zone more. It's pretty simple to say it, but it's true. And with each loss, we will slowly start slipping further and further away from the playoffs. Last I checked, Houston was the 7th seed. If we check the playoff picture now, the current 7th seed is the Bengals. But if we can knock off any of these current slated playoff teams, that just helps out our chances even more. So Texans are the 5th seed. We need to get a victory. Otherwise, we're going to continue to start to drop. And if we can't make that final push in the final couple games, we'll watch a little bit, kind of like we did last episode. But it will be, I think, primarily the younger guys getting to play. If it's clear at that point, we're not making the playoffs. So against Houston, we'll sim again. And there we go. That is the kinds of wins we need against current playoff teams who are slated above us. We don't do much in the 4th quarter, but we do well enough in the 3rd, first through the 3rd to get the job done. 24-17 against the Texans, and we ran the ball. 253 yards for them passing. We had 142. We also passed the ball a good bit too, 170, so at least came out a little bit balanced, but it ends up working out pretty well for us. Jameis Winston, 171 touchdown, sacked twice, no interceptions, 65% completion. Running 25 times for Cam Akers, that's what we need. 88 yards for him, no touchdown, but D'Ernest Johnson does get that touchdown on 16 carries for 41 yards. I feel like I might want to switch Johnson and the rookie, Demarius Traylor. Couldn't remember what his first name was. He's played well when out there. I think I might want to give him a chance ahead of Johnson in these next couple games, just to see if that helps out a little bit. Valdez-Scantling in the receiving game, 47 on 4. Herndon gets the touchdown, 36 on 3. Tony, 35 on 3. Johnson, 26 on 2, so he does well at least in the receiving game. Van Jefferson, only 18 on 2. And Akers, only 1 catch. Defensively, Shaquille Griffin and Felder led us in tackles, both with 7. Tackles for a loss, 2 for Grenard, so he's turning it up a little bit the second half of the season. Anzalone, Hendrickson, and Phillips each had 1. And once again, 3 sacks, 2 for Phillips, 1 for Hendrickson. And did we get any INTs? No. But we did have 3 for 3 extra points and 1 for 1 field goal. So McPherson playing pretty solid. And with the Texans' defeat, it drops them out of the playoff race, at least right now. So now, Bengals at 7, Jets are at 5, Chiefs at 6, Patriots still number 1. And guess who we're playing this week? Once again, the Patriots, 11-2 on the season. Now, where does the AFC standings put us? We are down at 9, which doesn't make sense because the Chiefs were in. So some of these people, I don't know, some weird standings, but we are close. 6-7, there's a handful of 7-6 teams. Some of them might lose this week. If we could get a win, that would be really good for our playoff chances. So even though I know we just played against them last episode, it was a really close game. I'm going to look for another really close game to help boost us again in this playoff race. So let's jump on in to our first watched game of this episode.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting out. You can have it doubts, not what I'm about, have your f***ing loud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
And let's get this game underway. On offense, we will start shotgun set. Winston going to make a slight audible, but then hand the ball off. You know that's what we're going to do either way. A flag is down. Could it potentially be a face mask? Apparently not. It's going to be holding on Stephen Steele. So we'll back us up, 1st and 17. At least it was 3 yards down the field. Bunch to the bottom here for Winston and Pistol will hand the ball off. Cam turns up top and will maybe get about a yard back. So on 2nd and 16, we'll go back to shotgun. Bunch to the top, 1 receiver to the bottom. Will be another run. Cam Akers not going to get a whole lot there. 3rd and 13, I'm going to jump in here. So on 3rd and 13, they have only 1 deep safety. Couple different options here. I want to have Van Jefferson run a comeback route, although they do a pretty good job of covering that. Gonna have a couple different options, and that one's actually gonna be intercepted, the worst of the 2 options. Not a good start. Hopkins with the INT. Winston was just scrambling back there, trying to find something, and probably should have went with Valdez-Scantling further to the outside. And that'll give the Patriots tremendous field position for their first drive on offense. About a little over a minute into the game, already have a turnover and in the red zone. Gain of 5 on the first down pass. Don't know if that was to their tight end. Yeah, it was to their tight end, Franklin, who had a pretty good game against us last time. Wilson dropping back, has the pass rush coming in, and there's Grenard. Will get the sack. Dropping them back at the 25 for a 3rd and 14. We'll come out with a double A-gap look. Might also be bringing a safety blitz as well. She will sit back, won't even bring a blitz, and that one's almost intercepted by Anzalone, but he drops it. They'll give them a field goal chance from the 32, mark it a 42-yarder for Parkey. That kick is up. It's looking like it's right down the middle. And indeed it is. Patriots will capitalize. Field goal off the turnover. Well, hopefully this second drive will go better for us. Ace formation under center is Winston. We'll hand the ball off right down the middle. And Cam Akers maybe about 2-3 yards at most there. Tell you what, they've definitely keyed in on what we've been doing this entire year. Cunningham with the tackle. We'll stay out ace formation as they have 4 down linemen and then 2 standing up linemen pretty much. So they're just stacking the line. Another gain of 3, bringing up 3rd and 4. We did switch around the backup running back, so Traylor should be the primary number 2 running back for us today as we go with the draw, and not the best spot to run that, at least gap to run it. To the right-hand side, there's a bit of a better gap. But right now, it's playoffs or bust. We do need to keep an eye out here for Trayvon Walker, as he could very well blow up this play. We need to seal that edge. We have a guy in front to help lead the way, but we don't get much of a block there from Traylor, but at least Kadarius Toney doesn't fumble. So we'll continue on here in the sim after that 4th down conversion. Bunch to the bottom, double A gap look here for the Patriots. And we're going to run right at it down the middle. Cam Akers with the room to run, and he goes with a spin move. I would have rather a truck there, but that works. Gives us a 1st down crossing midfield. 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 up top. Will be a handoff down the middle, goes Traylor, I believe. Yes, he does. Gain of 5. He's really shown a nice blend of speed and power with the ability to, not always, but for the most part, break the first contact as Cam Akers gets us another 1st down there. Gain of about 6, maybe 7 yards to the 36. Bunch to the bottom here, pistol set. Winston will take the snap, hand the ball off. Traylor in the backfield will continue to push forward. Gain of 6. What could have been a gain of 4, that extra little push that he has makes it at least a gain of 6. And going back to, was it last episode or was it the episode before that? I think it was last episode where there was just the one game we won last episode where they just kept fighting through the tackles and they would roll over a defender, get a touchdown, or wouldn't go down and would get a key 1st down to seal it. So it's nice to see that second effort. Cam Akers with a 1st down rush here as we march steadily down the field, this time down at the 23. 3 yards out of the red zone as we go to the ace formation. And it looks like a 3-4 here for the Patriots. We have an open running lane to the top. Cam Akers still fighting through the tackle. Almost got away from 18 there, but he wraps him up on the 2nd go-around. But we are inside the 15, marked at the 13 for a 2nd and 1. Pistol set, going to move the receiver in motion is Toney. He'll become somewhat of a lead blocker. And a 1st down there for Traylor to the 10. And might be an actual 1st and 10. Could actually be a 1st and goal. Madden's kind of broken sometimes. But that'll end the 1st quarter. We're knocking on the doorstep. Patriots have a slim 3-0 lead. Still says 1st and 10, so we might actually be able to get a 1st down before getting into the end zone. Toney in motion once again. Be a handoff down the middle. Cam Akers cuts up. We'll maybe get about a yard and a half. And yeah, we will have about a millimeter of space before the 1st down, or the goal line from the 1st down. Empty set, receiver screen, but we will pass it. Was a great choice. Traquan Smith was wide open in the end zone, but Winston missed him. You can't miss that if you're an NFL quarterback. 3rd and 9, play action. Winston to the bottom, caught. Cam will shake and bake, fight down to about the 1. I kind of want to go for it. I mean, at this point, it is playoffs or bust this season. So we're going to have to go for it in difficult situations. Traylor will fight forward for the touchdown, putting us in front by 3. But we'll make it by 4 with a made PAT by McPherson, but Traylor is in again. And as we sit here in the 2nd quarter, let's go into a little bit of some quicker sim. 7-yard gain, then a penalty on Cam Robinson will back him up. 2nd and 8. We'll get half of that. 3rd and 4. Sack by Hendrickson. We need that this game. We need some big plays from our defense to help keep our offense going. And we'll continue on in the sim here as we're starting at about the 40-yard line. Penalty on Eric Flowers, definitely not going to help out. 2nd and 20. 2-yard rush, 3rd and 18. Big play? Yeah, big play. Kadarius Toney, 1st down, gain of 29. Cam Akers follows that by a gain of 7. And a gain of 5, getting us inside the 30. An injury to Sidney Jones. I would assume one of their better corners. Not as good as Marlon Humphrey, though. Gain of 3, making it 3rd and 7. Gain of 6, I want to go for it. Let me jump in before we kick anything. As I mentioned the last time, playoffs or bust. We want to grow this lead, which means I want a touchdown rather than a field goal, and probably should have went with a field goal. They busted right through our line. Turnover on downs. Maybe eventually I'll learn my lesson. Pass thrown away, Zach Wilson on first. Then a gain of 4, making it 3rd and 6. And a gain of 17 from Darrell Mooney. He did that quite often in the last game and does it once again. And Mooney is not playing in the slot. He's one of the outside corners. And I don't remember. I think he's actually on our second year. Why can I not remember his name? Lonnie Perriman. So Lonnie has been struggling to keep up with Darrell Mooney. We might need to maybe switch him around. We'll play that by ear. But with about 2 minutes left before halftime, let's come out here with the offense. Help try to get ourselves down the field a little bit. As Winston gonna scramble, break a tackle, and I wanted him to slide down before the second hit. Luckily, no fumble, gain of 5. And that will take us into the 2-minute warning. We all have, I think both teams still have all 3 timeouts. So on 2nd and 5, have a little RPO action here. Maybe give the ball to Tony, maybe hand the ball off, and yeah, definitely gonna hand the ball off. Trailer down the middle, gain of about 7-8 yards. So we'll hit the hurry up offense here. And have 2 receivers on that left-hand side. They'll have 2 deep safeties. Go with the quick out route. Valdez-Scantling can't hold on to it. So on 2nd and 10, probably should check down to a run. Want to make sure we're continuing to run the ball a little bit while we have the timeouts to do so. Cam Akers with the first down and a little bit more out of bounds, stopping the clock with the first down. You know, I keep wanting to call these deep passes, but I don't think that's the smart move with Winston. He doesn't really have the arm that he used to, or the blocking, as we're barely going to get that one out, and luckily the linebacker didn't end up picking that one off and taking it to the house. Told him to throw it away, but it went nowhere near the sideline. We'll hold on to it. 2nd and 10, quick pass, Herndon. Try to get close to the first, we'll get close. 3rd and 2, and he steps out. So on 3rd and 2, same formation we've been running, but we're going to run it this time. Try to make sure we get that first down, just plow through, and no. 4th down, 4th and 1. About 1:20. We could go for a very long field goal to try to tie it, but I want the first down. And they don't come out in a favorable formation for them, so hand the ball off. Trailer at the fullback position, gets the first down. And I called hurry up even though I really didn't want to. But sure, why not? Actually, let's make an audible here. Go the weak side run as they bring down the safety. Go to the more favorable side, and we couldn't get by the defender. Good stop there from 42. Let's call a timeout. And let's see if we can get Tony down the sideline. Got to draw down the safety, draw down the corner. No, we kind of got a one-on-one, but not a very favorable one. Toss that one out late, and Valdez-Scantling can't hold on to it. Marlon Humphrey in coverage. And on 3rd and 9, we could go for it on 4th down. Let's go with the draw play. And can you cut up the... Why are you running backwards? Never did I have the stick backwards. Well, we'll kick the field goal. You know, I never quite understand why in Madden you can't actually fully control players. But kicking from the 44, a 54-yarder for McPherson. The right hash, that one is up, and that looks true down the middle. We'll tie this game up 10-10. And I think I'd lost track of the clock because they barely got that off before the end of half. So to start the second half, 3rd and 3, and we'll get the stop on defense. Unless they go for it. No, they punt it away. All right, thank you. This is looking like it'll be another close game, and please don't run the receiver screen when you're on the 1-yard line. At least know it better than that. Yeah, that's... Oh, I thought the ball dropped out, but they're still going to count it as a safety. Thanks, Madden. In a situation like that, I would love to be able to call a timeout from that screen to avoid that play call. But it is what it is. Sack here from Phillips will help force a 2nd and long. We'll get back 5 of it for 3rd and 12, and another sack from Phillips. Defense is trying to help Willis to a victory. Against the top-ranked team in about 2.5 games, they've given up 32 points, I think? 35 points? That's really good. The offense, though, just they have to get the ball in the end zone. 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard rush. Bunch to the top. We were able to run the ball decently well in the first game. This game has been a little hit or miss, but please hit that quicker than that. Almost to the 40 mark, down at the 38. 21 rushes, 91 yards. I think we might need to switch around the running backs for a good remainder of this game. But we'll let Cam finish off this drive, hopefully with a touchdown. Would be nice. Knock on wood. First down, another handoff down the middle. And there's Traylor with a first down and a good bit more. A gain of about 15 some odd yards. 8 rushes for him, 41 yards, and a touchdown. Traylor's looking pretty good. We'll probably see a good bit of him in the second half. We come out pistol set. Another handoff down the middle goes Traylor. Dexter Lawrence there to get the quick tackle, but still a gain of 3. Averaging, I would say, about in between 4.5 to 5 yards a carry so far. Marius Tony going to come in motion, take the quick toss. We have a lead blocker in front with Johnson. If you could just run like any normal human would. Still get the first down, though. We'll come out with the ace formation at the 35. Traylor in the backfield, so it looks like Madden's already kind of switching him in there for me. It'll be a run down the middle. Solid gain. Nice juke, and almost got by the next wave of defenders, but ends up tripping. Be a gain of 8. Back to pistol we go. 2 receivers up top, 1 to the bottom. Will be a draw. That time it worked out pretty well for us. Cunningham can't get the tackle. Telling you what, Traylor, he's not a very high overall running back, but he's running pretty well even in sim. I want to say he's like a 69 overall, but he's built the exact same way that Akers and Johnson are, so it's working out for us as he heads down the middle, down to the, they say 3. He was down at the 2. He rolled over the defender, so we'll see. I don't know. First and goal, we go shotgun. Johnson in the backfield. He might be, no, he won't get the handoff. He ends up picking up a key block and a drop once again. Valdez-Scantling. I feel like we might need to make some big trades at the receiving. At least maybe trade a couple of them to bring in like one big name guy maybe. Traylor's still fighting. He's not going to lose the yards. Third and goal. As we come out with a heavy set, a tight end that's actually Irving. We'll hand the ball off to Frazier this time, and we are in. Gonna take the lead with the tight end fullback dive. That's normally where Traylor gets his touchdowns, but with Cam Akers needing to be subbed out a lot this drive, we'll give it to the third string tight end. And we haven't watched much of the defense today, so let's take a gander, see what they could do here on the end of the third. Beginning of the fourth, most likely on this drive, will be a fake jet sweep handoff, and we stuffed that one. Javonte Williams, 7 rushes, 28 yards on the day, so not awful. Averaging, 3.5-ish yards a carry. Second and 10? No second and 10. End of the third quarter. Almost said second quarter. We'll head into the fourth, 17-12. Shaping up like a very similar game to the last one. Well, at least partially. Hopefully it doesn't end the same way. Second and 10, double A-gap look here for the defense as it looks like they set up the run, and Phillips is there to stuff it once again. Great job there, as we really need to bow up on the defense this time around. We saw how good they were able to run the ball in the first game. Stopping that would be key for, honestly, both of the teams. It will be a 3rd and 11. Wilson to the bottom of the screen, tipped away. That was Griffin in coverage, and they'll have to punt this one away. And I'm going to jump in here on this drive with the offense. We have a 5-point lead, a little over 7 minutes. I want to go ahead and already start draining this clock, and also trying to manage the carries for all of our running backs. So we'll still see a good bit of Traylor, but we'll also see a bit of Johnson as this game goes along. Again, trying to manage the stamina as much as possible. Tony to the outside on the jet sweep. He will step out of bounds. That's because I don't want him getting tackled, because he fumbled in the last Patriots game. And that was arguably the reason we lost that game. So 1st and 10. Staying same formation. Down the middle we go. Bringing out the heavy boys. A nice run there. Gain of 6. And on 2nd and 4, we're going to bring out to Ernest Johnson. Look at the handoff. Make a nice little move there to get by his own lineman and give us a first down. His first carry. Gain of 8. I think this team best moves the ball when we're getting all 3 running backs involved. Balancing out the carries, keeping guys healthy. Is nice run there from Ernest Johnson. Tried to run through 3 different guys and makes it 2nd and inches. With that short down yardage, go to the pistol formation, bring Herndon into the backfield a little bit. We'll go right down the middle once again. Trailer with the first down, and not a whole lot more. Good tackle there from Cunningham. And we've been doing quite a lot of running on this drive. We'll go with a play action, but we're going to be a little cautious about it. And yeah, let's just take, and of course it's going to be a sack. And it's going to be a fumble as well, but luckily the defender had no idea about it. And one time I tried to take the sack, I still fumble. So maybe we don't let Winston have fun out there with any more play actions. We'll just stick to the running game, try to milk this clock. Trailer down the middle, good blocking, gets a little bit of separation, powers through a couple guys and gets back all that lost yardage. 3rd and 9. And with us needing quite a good bit of yardage, I brought out Hoteling. He's our kick returner, punt returner. He's going to get the jet sweep here. We have a couple blockers out in front. Great blocking out in front. Try to turn the corner, but can't hit it. But a first down to the 5. And we'll follow that up by going back to the pistol set. Bunch to the left. Trailer. Get the handoff. Open running room. We're going to tack on another touchdown to make this a 2-score game with just over 2 minutes left. And we didn't really get to see the celebration because Valdez-Scantling was hogging the television time. But down the middle, Trailer goes. Has had a terrific game today. Might be a game ball recipient if we win. Well, we are up 12. 2 minutes, 16 seconds left. Can Zach Wilson lead the Patriots down the field and at least draw this game back a little bit closer? Touchdown wouldn't get the job completely done, but would surely help out as we hit the 2-minute warning. 24-12. You can get 8 points, and then that'll still leave you down by 4. So pretty much needing 2 touchdowns here. And by pretty much, I mean you are. You're needing 2 touchdowns. They do get the first down on that previous play. Play action here. Pass deep down the sideline and knocked away. Lonnie Perriman. I believe that was Terry McLaurin, the intended receiver. And Lonnie apparently does pretty well when it's McLaurin, but when it's Mooney, he has issues. Hendrickson coming in as well as Phillips. They'll toss him down. A huge sack as it forces them to start calling some timeouts. 2 left for the Patriots, 3 for Miami if we had to use them. 3rd and 21, pass rush coming in. We set the free safety blitz, and it almost hit home. Great play call there by the DC. 4th and game pretty much here for the Patriots as they cut out Phillips, and almost a great grab from Mooney in double coverage. We swat that one away, and we just have to basically run out this clock. That should have just sealed the game. So the offense takes the field. Back to pistol set we go. Herndon in the backfield. We're going to motion over Tony. There should be a run down the middle. And indeed it is. Cam Akers is in. He cuts up. Should have just went down the middle. Be a gain of 3. Timeout called. And I would honestly rather prefer us to just run out this clock rather than get any more points on the board. Will be a stretch to the top, cut in a little bit, and maybe back to the line of scrimmage. But that does get them to use their last timeout. So either way, we should really just be taking a knee here to end this game. But we'll go with a run. Cam Akers down the middle and would have sealed it, but the flag probably bringing it back. That's going to be on Stephen Steele once again. So instead, I'll just come out here to help run out the clock here. Take the knee. That should end up wasting about, 40 seconds off the clock. We'll leave a little bit of time left, but not much that they could do with it. So we'll end up draining the clock down to 24 seconds, call a timeout, and send out McPherson to just really put the nail in the coffin. As that one is up and through. We'll make it a 27 to, was it 13? I already forgot how many points they have. But with 19 seconds, this game is all said and done pretty much. Pass knocked away by Henderson. Pass knocked away by Taylor Jordan getting out there. Taylor Jordan, my bad. 3rd and 10. 1 yard rush just to get away from the end zone, and that is game. We've come back strong after the defeat last episode of the Patriots where we almost had it, but dropped it or fumbled it away late. We seal it up this time. If we got the 2 wins on them, though, that would have been huge. But we will take this one as we really just ran over them. 234 yards on the ground, 77 passing. They only had 80 passing, so 3 more than us, but only 32 rushing yards. Defense came up clutch today, and the offense got the job done. And with that victory, we're back in the playoff push at 7. Nothing safe at all, but we're back in after beating the 1 seed Patriots. It's been a long, hard fight, but we're back to 500 and we're back in. Obviously, we still have a few more games to go, so we'll need to keep up the streak here and keep our hopes alive. We have the Lions, Chargers, and Titans. Are they playoff teams? The only one left on the schedule who currently is a slated playoff team is the Titans, who we're also slated to play against currently in the wild card. Since we're already, as I look here, about 45 minutes into the recording, I think we're going to sim the game here against the Lions. They're 7-7. And we'll really need to focus in on the next 2 weeks. Not watching a lot of each game, but at least watching some key moments. So let's sim on through the Detroit Lions game, and fingers crossed it's another victory. And this team came up clutch in the fourth quarter. Watching it while quick simming it in game, I was like, oh wow, we're about to get trounced by the Detroit Lions. I think it was 16-3 for a good portion of this game, and then we go put on 14 late in the fourth quarter. I'm talking under a minute and a half, we get the ball. I'm like, oh, this probably is not going to work because we run the ball so much, and we get down the field, get a touchdown on the board with next to no time left. Lions can't answer back, and we squeak out a 17-16 victory, putting us above 500 for the first time since week maybe 5 or 6? Heck of a game. Way to come back. Let's take a look at the individual stats. And not a good game from Winston. Don't know why he was passing so much. 137 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Was sacked 3 times as well. And it was only on 26 attempts. So that's not very good. Completed half of his passes. Cam Akers, 19 carries for 94 yards. Winston, 4 carries, 20. Jefferson, 3 of 12. Traylor did not have a good game, but he had a touchdown. So, I guess touchdown more important in this game. Receiving-wise, Van Jefferson, 36 on 4. Herndon, 36 on 3. Kadarius Toney, 26 on 2, with Traylor, 20 on 2. Valdez-Scantling, 16 on 1. And Ryan Izzo gets the other touchdown. I couldn't tell you which one was the game winner, but at least we're spreading the love around a little bit. Defensive-wise, Alex Anzalone, 9 tackles, leads the team. It looks like we had quite a few tackles for loss as well. 2 for Anzalone, 2 for Phillips, as well as Hendrickson, and then 1 for Stump, Tart, and Ferguson. And only 1 sack, also by Hendrickson. In the kicking game, though, 100% across the board, 2 for 2 on extra points, 1 for 1 on field goals. So where does that leave us in the playoff push? In week 17, we are still that 7th seed. We are playing the Chargers this week. They're in at 5, so somehow they jumped us. Because they weren't in the playoff push, but now they are and they're at 5. Either way, must-win game here. If we win, we move up higher in the standings, at least you would think. We at least shouldn't drop if we win. So we're going to need another victory. And let's get this battle at SoFi underway. Both teams were in their color rush. The royal blue for the Chargers, and we're in that interesting creamsicle. They're going to roll out and throw out. They could have just tossed it to the running back, James Conner, but instead threw out of bounds. That is a rookie quarterback, I believe. Either rookie or second year. It'll be a pass here on second down. Going to roll. Avoid the pressure from Grenard, and there's no one left in the middle. Oh, he fumbled. Possibly. Could have been down. Either way, as it stands right now, recovered. Tyre Tart at about midfield, but was the ball out before the knee was down? Hard to tell with that angle. And yeah, that ball was definitely out for sure. That's Miami ball. So starting in plus territory at the 43. We'll head out ace formation. Be a handoff down the middle, cut towards the top, avoid the safety. Couldn't get by the linebacker, but a gain of 9 on first down after a forced fumble. Solid. Would like to jump on the board pretty early here so we could sim a decent bit of this game. But it's important, so we got to watch. 2nd and 1, via play action. Winston, down across the middle, caught, headed towards the end zone. Touchdown, Kadarius Toney. I said score early, and that we surely have. We go up by 6 with an extra point. We'll be 7 with less than a minute coming off the clock, and we didn't even start on offense. With that quick score, we could jump to a little bit of a faster pace here. Throw away, then a gain of 8 to Tanyan. 3rd and 2, 11 yards to Tanyan. Tight ends have always been a struggle. A fumble recovered by Shaquille Griffin. Defense hasn't played great, but they've forced the turnovers, and that's the big difference so far. They're giving up chunk plays, but they're at least forcing turnovers off of them. 1st down, Akers. Gain of 18 through the air. Follows it up with 7, gets them down to about the 10. Down to basically the inch line, and touchdown Cam Akers. We take an early 14-0 lead. Keep this thing on going. Christian Kirk, gain of 6 on 1st down. 2nd and 4, penalty will back them up. Be 2nd and 14, and they get 14 yards. Is it a first? No. 3rd and 1. James Conner gets the job done. And then they go backwards on that fresh set of downs. And then gain of 6, so they get a little bit, and then Chauncey Felder knocks it away. Defense, big plays in the penalty on the punt, I'm assuming. So we'll be starting in decent field position at the 35. 11 yards, Kadarius Toney had the first touchdown. Cam Akers had the second. And Kadarius Toney back again. We're up 21 points to 0. Already in the first quarter, up 21-0, the most points we've put up in quite a while, at least this early on. So let's get through this a little bit quicker. Gain of 2 by Fredrickson, 3rd and 8. Pass thrown away, defense forces the stop once again. Offense rolling strong. 1st down there with Cam Akers, and another gain of 3. Gain of 6, 3rd and 1, 1st down by Traylor. Didn't have the greatest game last sim at least, but that first game he played very well. Doesn't get the 1st down. Fumble recovered by Khalil Mack, but it was on a punt, so I guess they just recovered their own fumble, and somehow they're way downfield, or it was maybe a blocked kick, a blocked punt, I mean. Could be a big play here for the Chargers, a big swing play. Get a loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Penalty on Grenard, should be a fresh set of downs. White gets closer, and a touchdown gets them on the board 3 minutes before half, 21-7. And we get a drive down the field to retake that 3-score lead. Not by going backwards. 3rd and 6, pass thrown away. Chargers get the stand. About 2 minutes left. Gain of 15. They're trying to make a push here before the end of the first half to bring this game back a little bit closer, and they're definitely doing so. Let's jump in and see what this defense can do to try to slow down what seems to be a pretty good push from the Chargers. They're down to the 22, a minute, 4 seconds left. Both teams with 3 timeouts. Their quarterback going to step up and run. Chauncey Felder, as well as Anzalone, will bring him down after a gain of 12 as a timeout is called. And that was the Chargers calling the timeout. 57 seconds left. They will pass the ball here at the 10. Going to roll, have a wide open receiver in the back of the end zone. And just like that, it's a 1-score game once again. Oh, but a booth review is coming in. Looked like a touchdown to me. We'll take a quick look. And yeah, both feet in. Why even look at that? And well, we have 52 seconds left and 3 timeouts. So let's try to get out here with the offense and get something going here. Trying to get that speed to the outside. Valdez-Scantling will get about a gain of 6, and at least we'll get out of bounds to stop the clock. Need a bit more yardage than that, but a solid play at least on 1st down. Plus, we do get out of bounds, so not bad. But how about Kadarius Toney headed wide open, and Winston misses. The one time he overthrows a player is when Toney is wide open, right down the seam, headed for a 3rd touchdown on the day, and Cam Akers doesn't even get that 1st down. We don't have to call the timeout. The Chargers take it for us. And I have faith in our guys to get the job done here on 4th and 1. So we'll go for it in our own territory. Down the middle we go. Traylor with the 1st down. We'll call our first timeout. Now we've been close to hitting big on this play the last couple times we've ran it. We're going to bring in Hotling again because he's got some speed and he has the stamina. Do we need to seal the edge? Yes, we do. Gets the first down. He fumbles but lands out of bounds. So avoid an actual turnover. That play could have been much worse than what it ended up being, but we'll get the first down and stop the clock as well. How about Kadarius Toney down the sideline once again, gets by the defender and drops right in for the touchdown. Slightly underthrown, but we won't see much there for Winston. He got the job done. Touchdown, third of the day for Kadarius Toney. And with 19 seconds left before half, you expect the defense to get the stop. Pass incomplete, 11 seconds left, 3rd and 4, and they don't get it. But the time ends up running out because they go for it on 4th down. So we'll head into the second half. Almost said 4th quarter. Not quite there yet. And we will be starting off with the ball. And with a 2-score lead, we'll continue to go as quickly as we can. 3rd and 10. Close. Not quite close enough. We'll let the team punt. And a pretty decent punt down to the 20. They'll get a short return, then 8 yards on 1st down. 2nd and 2, James Conner gets the 1st down. He'll continue to run the ball here. Some short gains. Penalty on Phillips will give him not a fresh set of downs, but penalty on Hendrickson definitely will. And Tyre Tart injured on the play as well. Not very good. So our rookie, mostly DT, as in strictly run stopper, will come in his place. They'll get a gain of 2 on that next down. Then gain of 5, 3rd and 2. 8 yards, 1st down inside the red zone. 7 yards, gets them about to the 10, and Tanyan gets them into the end zone. They'll hit the extra point, making it 28-21. Now our offense needs to keep things going. Cam Akers, gain of 8. And then a sack, Shaquille Barrett, 3rd and 6. What can we do? A penalty on Trent Brown, not going to help. They decline. We'll punt away. The Chargers, with all the momentum right now. Gain of 4. Make gain of 5, 3rd and 1. Defense not able to get the stop. Rush 1st down by the quarterback. They're able to run in with a couple different players. I think they've had 3 to 4 different guys rush. Another 1st down on a 3rd and short. Defense just not able to get the job done as we head into the 4th quarter. So let's watch the remainder of this drive. And hopefully it's going to be a stop by our defense. We're at the 35, so I would say about field goal range. If not for sure field goal range. I don't know who their kicker is. Will be a stretch to the bottom of the screen. Quick tackle there from 23. That is Frank Stump, the safety. Felder was also there. Follow that up with empty set. Trips to the top, twins to the bottom. Their quarterback can't run. Don't know why that was so difficult to get out. Tanyan stretches for it, and they'll give it to him. I'm not sure about that, but they give it to him. Down to the 25, 1st down for the Chargers. Trying to tie this game since within the first minute of the game. It was the last time this game was tied. Quick toss to the bottom, broken up. Felder. 2nd and 10. Dropping into shotgun. 2 tight ends to the bottom. 2 receivers up top. He'll make an audible. Hand this ball off. James Conner down the middle will break a tackle. Still rumbling, stumbling. Down to the 17, 3rd and 2. Defense has not been able to get the stop on these short down situations yet today. And their running back bumps the quarterback. Bad pass, intercepted. I couldn't tell you who that is, but whoever it is, it's got a little bit of speed. It's Keanu Neal, headed down to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, 5, pick 6. To help try to wrap this game up. We still have quite a bit of time left, so I'm going to knock on wood. But that pick 6 is huge. Defense really coming up clutch in situations where they've given up a lot of yardage. But that is a big turnover. The pass rush, forcing the running back into the quarterback, I'm sure definitely helped out. Intended for Kirk, but instead a touchdown the opposite way. So we now sit 35-21. Chargers still not done. 28 yards to... I skipped before I could read the name. 19 more to Hamler. 1st and 10 in down to about the 20. They say 21. 2nd and 3, definitely inside the 20 now. Inside the 15 even. Short run. Another short run. Can the defense get the stop? They do. Force the field goal, or do they go for it? They go for it and do not get it. Huge stop there by the defense inside the 10, almost inside the 5, maybe even actually inside the 5. We're going to jump out here with the offense to help try to run this clock out. This was once again a much needed win against a foe who is currently also slated in the playoffs higher than us. A great run there by Cameron Akers. 18 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown on the day. We're going to sub in Trailer here, see what he can do. As we tick under 3.5 minutes left. Good patient run, about 9.5 yards. He's had 9 rushes, 34 yards on the day. And as this clock now ticks under 3 minutes, slowly eating away at the play clock, eating away at our chances of missing the playoffs, although somehow it could possibly still happen. First down by Trailer. 10th rush, averaging 3.8 yards a carry, much better than last week. And we'll run one more play before the 2-minute warning. Just let it tick down as slow as it can so we can take off as much time as we can. And you know Cam Akers down the middle. Almost a really good block, but just not quite able to hold on to it. It will be a short gain as time slowly ticking away. Now our first play under the 2 minutes. It's going to be the same play we ran with our last play prior to the 2 minutes. This time much better though. First down timeout starting to be called. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. Or just continue to run right at them. Trailer will cut back to the left-hand side, cut up, and we'll get another first down. 1 timeout remains for the Chargers. What should be a victory for us. Again, knock on wood. And with all the knees having taken place, we'll let that clock hit 0. And that is what, our 3rd or 4th victory in a row. This time, our 2nd at least in a row against a playoff caliber team. We've played very well actually against playoff teams. Against some of the other teams, we've struggled a little bit. Maybe that's a good sign for playoffs? We'll see, but we definitely ran well in this game. 163 rushing yards. We actually passed a good bit as well, 191. They passed a lot. They just had a lot of yards for them, but the turnovers for us, the defense forcing those interceptions, the fumbles, they were huge. And with that win, it moves us up to 6 in the playoff standings. Now, we've seen the Texans be a 5th seed. We beat them. I think we beat them. Pretty sure we did. And they dropped out of the playoffs. So that could still happen to us. And in the final week, we'll be playing against the 2 seed Tennessee Titans, against Aaron Rodgers and Derrick Henry. We're going to have our defense play a huge game just like they just did, and our offense milk that clock as much as they can. I don't care if it's a 7-3 game, a 3-0 game. I just want the win, and for us to just limit the amount of time that Aaron Rodgers and Derrick Henry are on the field on the same side as much as possible. So let's get in. And our defense is up first. They will start I formation. Derrick Henry in the backfield. Be a handoff down the middle. We'll fight, still fight. Gain of about 6-7 yards. And actually, while looking through, they have, I think, the #1 rushing offense, but one of the worst passing offenses. So it's Derrick Henry's offense, similar to Cam Akers, and a great stop there, Tyler Tart, to bring up 3rd and 1. Aaron Rodgers, even in this universe, not what he used to be. Can we get the stop here? We come out with a double A-gap look, and Derrick Henry will get the job done. Tyler Tart once again gets the tackle, and in a game like this, we might need to put in the rookie DT instead of Hendrickson. Maybe even move Hendrickson out instead of Grenard. We need run-stopping ability if Derrick Henry is going to be ground and pounding. Be a stretch to the top, backup comes in, loss of 2 to A.J. Dillon. So far, I would say these two offenses built very similarly. Granted, they have the better quarterback. 2nd and 12. Not Dillon. A different running back is in. Number 4. Be another loss for Alexander. Loss of 3. 3rd and 16. Phillips in on the stop, as well as a couple other Dolphins. And with 3rd and long, double A gap look. They're coming out spread. Bunch to the bottom. Aaron Rodgers going to roll. Try to buy some time to the top of the screen. He might tuck and run. That's exactly what he's going to do and slide down instead of getting the first. Selfish move there, but if they go for it on 4th and 1, arguably say it's in their favor. But they'll come out with the punting unit. Is it a fake or do they actually punt? Surprisingly, they do. I guess early on they want to be safe. We let that bounce and what? Lonnie Perriman, what are you doing? Titans touchdown on the punt. Perriman at about like the foot line kicks the ball into the end zone for an easy scoop and score. Went for the block. Guy dodged it. Great job by 39, and we're now down a touchdown. If a play like that keeps us out of the playoffs, that's Madden for you. But we're now down 7-0. First chance on offense. Cam Akers down the middle. First down run. And a timeout, but not a timeout. Cam Akers might have been shaken up on that play. Saw him drop back down, and it looks like Traylor is in the backfield. We might be missing our number 1 offensive weapon in one of the most important games of this series. Nick Bosa gets the tackle for a loss of 1 on that first down play. Trailer's still in. Will be a stretch at the top of the screen. We'll get by number 26. Stretch for it, and he gets the first. He got the job done when he had the opportunity to come in earlier in this episode. He's going to have to come up big in this game. Johnson checks in at running back, so Cam Akers is definitely injured. Pistol set, Winston. Hand the ball off down the middle. Johnson cuts to some open grass. Get about a gain of 3, maybe 4. Already about halfway through the first quarter. Go back to shotgun, trips up top, Winston. Gonna pass across the middle, caught. First down, Tony, to about the 39. We'll come out with 3. I think it's 3 receivers to the bottom. Another shotgun set, Winston. Will drop back. Cam Akers is back in the game, so it was not a big injury. Van Jefferson will get about gain of 6 yards. Yeah, gain of 6. And one thing to note, we are missing Valdez-Scantling in this game. He had a practice injury that is keeping him out. So a little bit lighter on the receiving group. Cam Akers, first carry back, gets us a nice first down. Down to the 29, 2 minutes, 1 second on the clock. Now ticking, quite obviously. Be a handoff down the middle. Cam Akers makes our own offensive lineman miss, but he might have been holding. Flags down, most likely he's coming back. That's on Antonio Carr, the center. Not what we needed. At least it was 2 yards downfield, so there was at least some good blocking happening. Maybe due to the hold. First and 10, handoff down the middle, cut back, and we'll maybe get a gain of 2. They say a gain of 3. So on 2nd and 15, defense making some changes, dropping back the safety. Not that we really passed the ball a whole lot. Will be another handoff. Cam Akers down the middle with some room to run. Still fighting forward. And if that receiver wasn't there, might have been a little bit more. But 3rd and 2. Traquan Smith will most likely be taking over the Valdez-Scantling role for most of the formations. 3rd and 2, ace formation. Trailer in the backfield. He's been solid. Down the middle we go. Fight, stretch, spins. First down. Demarius Trailer. Was nothing flashy, but got the job done. Back to pistol we go. Herndon at that fullback kind of spot. But we're actually out of time here in the first quarter. 7-0 on a goof of a punt that they ended up recovering because Lonnie Perriman. But we at least have a shot here to tie the game up in the second. Winston with a pass on first down. Going to roll to the bottom. Toss this one away when he could have hit Cam Akers for at least a gain of 5. Roughly. Be 2nd and 10 instead. Ace formation. They're going to stack the box. They had, I believe, 8-9 in the box. And Cam Akers, you ran directly at number 19, Curse, when you had all the room to go in the middle. So on 3rd and 12, I'm going to come out here because bad AI choice, at least, and where he ran. Stumped this one off, and not a good pass. It's not even, they say caught, but not a good throw whatsoever. So we'll send out McPherson, at least take some points. Going to learn from our lessons earlier on. at least get some points instead of risking turnover on downs and getting nothing. So we'll tack on the 3, even though it should be 0 to 3, but I'll digress. And with this episode getting a little long, we'll go to some quicker sim here. See if our defense can get the stop. No, Kendrick Bourne, 69-yard touchdown. So I'm going to come out here with the offense and run a drive. See if I could help us out a little bit. Instead of having AI make bad choices. Nice throw to the outside. Van Jefferson tiptoes down the sideline and we'll get an extra few yards, maybe about an extra 5 to 10 yards. As we flip the side of the field, flip field position down to the 26. And that was a throw I have not seen Winston make all year. Very accurate, nice amount of strength behind that ball. Nice move there from Cam Akers gets us down to the 11. Again, a win here today seals our spot in the playoffs. So if I have to play a little bit more than usual, we'll do that. Cam Akers walking this one in to help bring this game back at least a little bit closer. Make it a 13-10 game with a made PAT, or we go for it, make it a field goal game. No, yeah, I think we should go for it. So indeed we will. Offense stays out there. We want to make this as close of a game as possible, so field goal is better than a touchdown. And they do a good job on that right-hand side, but they leave Van Jefferson open, who had that huge catch down the sideline, and just like that is a field goal game. So can the defense have a bit of a better go this time? Derrick Henry down the middle, gain of 6, and a gain of 5. First down from Ingram, pass knocked away by Grenard. Then pass knocked away by Neal. 3rd and 10 defense. Gets the stop, thrown away by Rodgers. He's been given up on those 3rd down situations a couple times already. We'll also quick sim-ish this drive a little bit. 3rd yard rush, 4-yard rush, make it 3rd and 3. First down Van Jefferson. Then we're going to lose 3, but we have the fresh set of downs, so time to make up for it. 3rd and 8. Only a gain of 1. I'll let them punt this one away. Titans, 99-yard touchdown. Are you kidding me? Well, there goes any hope of trying to keep Derrick Henry under 100 yards today. Set up this receiver screen. Hodling has some blocking up front. Hit the outside, get a gain of a 1st down and out of bounds. Stopping the clock, 5 seconds left before the 2-minute warning. And they'll come out double A gap look. Could be a really good time to try to get downfield, but 2-minute warning hits even though we stepped out of bounds, so this clock should have stopped, but it's fine. And this time they come out in a much better look than what I originally planned for, so let's make it audible here. We have all 3 timeouts. Let's get Akers involved a little bit in this 2-minute drive. Down the middle we go. He'll power through one guy, but won't get much extra after. So we'll make a slight play call change. They're going to still stay in that double A gap look, but drop out. And we have had a couple guys open. Still have a guy open. Kadarius Toney on the run. Can he get the juke? Nobody breaks the tackle. Can he stay on his feet? Yes, he can. Into the end zone. Passing plays coming up big for us in this game. We just need our defense to get a stop for us. And honestly, most of the touchdowns have been huge chunk plays. They're not getting a lot of consistent plays, but just those big chunks have been killing us. A broken tackle once again. Derrick Henry, gain of 9. Probably need another 25 to 30 yards. Maybe make that about 35 yards to get into field goal range. Quick pass again underneath. Caught. I'd say actually probably about close to a medium as they call a timeout. Empty set here for Rodgers. Twins up top, or trips up top. Twins at the bottom. Stumbling all around. Quick pass caught. Broken tackle. Still going. And they're going to mark that 2nd and inches, or 3rd and inches? I'm pretty sure it's 2nd and inches. Just shy of midfield for 2nd and inches. 53 seconds left on the clock. Rodgers has pass rush coming in. Will throw it away just in time. Arguing for a grounding, intentional grounding there, I would be at least. 3rd and inches. Quick toss to the bottom. Caught. First down and out of bounds. Derrick Henry. Staying out in empty set. Looks like they have 2 to the top as well as a tight end, and then 2 to the bottom and a running back as well. Weird formation. Pass Derrick Henry. It's their offense. It's just Derrick Henry so far. I guess they did have the 69-yard touchdown to Kendrick Bourne, I believe. But 2nd and 2 here for him at the 40-yard line, so about in field goal range. But not if we could get the sack. Bernard in pursuit will drop him back on the other side of the 50. Huge sack there for us. We need to keep them off the board. They have 1 timeout remaining, and I guess after that sack, they've conceded to go to halftime unless Derrick Henry breaks off a huge run here. But Tyler Tart waited patiently to bring him down, and they call a timeout with 2 seconds left. Okay. To punt? Unless they're fake, that makes no sense. Why would you call a timeout to punt? Just let that clock run out. Either way, they punt this one out of bounds. We'll head into half, and I believe we start with the ball. And indeed, we do, but it kind of broke, so we're starting at the 30. We're just going to say really good kick return, but we are down to 36 seconds. Madden, you're weird. But we're just going to jump in and watch, and this clock is draining pretty well. 2nd and 3, Winston going to step up. Should have plenty of room to get the first down and slide down. Smart move there from Winston. Don't trust him to help lead the team to a victory today, so I'm hoping it's mostly just Cam Akers. As well as Traylor. Traylor's played pretty well as well. We got trips to the top here. Bottom receiver slides in a little closer. Will be another pass. Winston going to step up, launch this one deep. Has a receiver wide open. Kadarius Toney inside the 10. Maybe I should trust Winston a little bit. He's turning up a bit. We'll go empty set to the bottom. Is 4 receivers. Expect the wide receiver screen down there. It looks like they're set up for it pretty well, though. Winston will finally get it out there. He had some decent blocking, but very slow to get going is Hodling, but down to the 3. And now we'll finally go to some heavier goal line sets. Traylor at fullback, Cam at running back. Down the middle they go. Traylor looked like he had the block there, but 51, Jack made the play. And now 3rd and goal, we're going to try to set up a receiver screen again. Okay, could possibly work. We have some blockers out in front. We throw it late. Fighting for the touchdown, and in is the 2nd-year undrafted receiver. That'll give us the lead. 24-21. Kind of want to go for 2. But either way, it would end up giving us a touchdown game. And indeed it does. McPherson is good. 25-21. We have come back and taken the lead. Now our defense, we need you to get a stop here. 1st and 10, 8 yards, Derrick Henry. 2nd and 2, 1st down rush, Derrick Henry. Pass thrown away. It's definitely Derrick Henry or bust right now. Aaron Rodgers gets a gain of 2, 3rd and 8. We get the stop. He slides down, assumingly shy of the 1st down once again. But do they go for it? 4th and 1? No, they punt. How do we respond? 1-yard rush, Cam Akers. 2-yard rush, Cam Akers. 3rd and 6, 10-yard reception, Traquan Smith. 1st down, keep this drive going. 8 yards to Van Jefferson. 6 more to Cam Akers. 5 more to Smith. And as soon as I say keep this going, we lose 2. 3rd and 7, we get close. I'm jumping in. We're going for this. 4th and 1 at the 43. We're going full back dive. When we start the 4th quarter, we'll head on into the 4th, I just said, 25-21. Big 2nd quarter, honestly, for both teams, but we won the 3rd. And now the defense comes out in even a more favorable formation for us. Traylor down the middle with a little bit of speed, a little bit of power, gets us the 1st down. We'll keep this thing going. I'll stay out here with the offense because I'm already in chew clock mode. We're going to send Van Jefferson in motion. He's basically just going to act as a little bit of a pull for that linebacker to help hesitate him a little bit. And we'll bring out Traylor as Cam Akers already at 20 carries, so try to separate the carries a little bit, try to spread them around. 5th carry of the day for 21 yards was Traylor. And on 3rd and 3, we're going to go to shotgun set. Hodling, he's going to get the jet sweep. He's ran it pretty well when given the chance. See if he could do it for us here. Follow the blocks. Cam Akers gets out in front, sets a nice edge. And we're down to the 20. Jameis Winston, 15 of 16 on the day, 246 yards and 2 touchdowns, I think. It's nice to see Jameis taking charge here as well. I mean, and playing well. That's one of the reasons that we focused on the run game so much, was because he wasn't able to do that earlier on, but the last couple games he's turned it up. So on 2nd and 4, honestly, kind of want to hit Herndon here. but we'll see who's open primarily. That's the first target, is the guy that's open. Toss this one up. Herndon skies up, spins around, one arm grab. Yeah, you flex on him. You get a touchdown catch like that, you gotta flex on him. Look at that. Falling down, smacking down, still holds on to it. This team wants to go to the playoffs. They're hungry for it. And as we find ourselves up 11, 32-21, we'll see if our defense can get another stop here. 3rd and 6. Traylon Burks gets the job done by an extra yard. Gain of 4 from Henry. Bourne comes in with a gain of 10. He had the big touchdown earlier. They're slowly moving down the field. Henry starting to steamroll a little bit. Evan Ingram coming in. Gets them inside the 10 with a 9-yard rush. And do they get this one in? No, pass thrown away. 3rd and 1. Penalty on Griffin. Free first down. And a touchdown to A.J. Dillon. Do they go for 2? Yes, they do, and it's good. Not a touchdown, a field goal game. And now we find ourselves in a similar spot to where we were against the Patriots last episode, where we had a chance to win, but coughed it away late. Traylor breaks the tackle, trying to hit the corner, has a couple other guys coming. I thought that might have been a house call. Either way, great run there from Traylor. And we'll hit the 2-minute warning following that run. We have a chance to steal a game against the 2 seed. 2 minutes left, both teams with all of their timeouts. Of course, we run the ball first and foremost, so you know that's what we're going to do here, trying to ice this game away. First timeout called by the Titans. A first down could just about seal it, and they bring out basically just 2 offensive linemen. Cam Akers down the middle, close. We don't get the call. 3rd and inches, timeout called. And we'll bring out the heavy guns. And by heavy guns, I mean the smaller of our running backs. Traylor at fullback for the fullback dive and a whole lot extra. Gives us the first down, final timeout called. And with that, victory formation has come out to help run out this clock. There might be a little extra time at the end. We'll see how it all falls. But if I did my math correctly, we should be walking away victorious. And as this clock ticks down to 0, we'll be headed, there's that whistle, to the playoffs for the first time this series. Season 3. Best season by far. What is that, 10 wins? We go 10 and 7 behind a heavy late season push that was, 4 or 5 game win streak? This team wanted it, and they took it. Great catch there from Herndon. That was an amazing way to capitalize on that drive. 260 yards passing, 154 rushing. And if we could play like that in the playoffs, we'd be a much more well-balanced team. It could help push us for a Super Bowl and a victory on this challenge. And that win puts us at the 5th seed to take on the 4th seed Kansas City Chiefs. Top stayed the same for quite a while. Patriots stayed at 1, Titans stayed at 2. Maybe if the Titans beat us, they possibly could have overtaken the Patriots, but instead Patriots get the bye. The Texans squeak back in at 7. It's going to be a battle of Ohio for the 3rd and 6th spot, or not really for the spot, but in that game. And then, like I said, we'll be taking on the Kansas City Chiefs in the wild card. First playoff game of this series. And on this channel, I have yet to lose a playoff game, including this series where it is primarily sim. Not saying that's going to happen and continue here, but promise to look forward to. And we could not have made it here if we did not do exactly what I said we needed to do. Put together a win streak, and a win streak we did, winning 5 of our last 6 games. We only dropped 1 game this episode. It was to division rival in the Bills, but didn't matter. We go on, beat the Texans 24-17. That pushed them out of the playoffs. They did squeak back later. We then got revenge against the Patriots, who we barely lost to just 3 weeks prior, 23-20. We We then beat them 27-12. Close game against the Lions. If we had 2 points of difference there, maybe even just 1 point, who knows if we make the playoffs. Chargers, great victory. Defense played really well, and we got the job done against the Titans to put us into the playoffs. Because prior to that game, we did not have the playoffs clinched. If we lost, we very well could have dropped out. Things would have had to go our way elsewhere. But luckily, that didn't matter. So next episode will be wild card round against the Kansas City Chiefs. If you haven't watched the state-only challenge series prior, we did Ohio and California, it changes when we get to the playoffs. It is only 1 game per episode. So that way, no spoilers as if we win or lose. So we basically watch the full game as we normally do. Instead of, and by normally do I mean there is no quicker sim. We watch every single play. We have a lot going for us. Kansas City has an 87 offense, 84 defense, Devontae Adams that we'll need to lock down. But we locked down, I don't say locked down, but we got past Aaron Rodgers and Derrick Henry. So I think our defense can do it. To see if we do, though, you're going to need to stick around. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure you're hitting that subscription button down below and ticking that little bell icon to be notified of when these videos get posted. This series, State Only Challenge, posted every Wednesday and Saturday. I have a traditional franchise with the Cardinals that is posted Monday and Thursday, so check that one out if you haven't already. But we're in the postseason. First time this series, I think that deserves a like, so go ahead and smash that like button as we close out this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.